people have taken to social media to critique Maddie and Sia about that role and everything, and Sia's response has been lacking. It's just been bad, y'all. It's just been bad. Like, what is going on? Shorty Real Life replied to one person saying, because basically the autistic community has spoken out on social media saying that it's not appropriate. Like, why did you hire somebody who's neurotypical when you could have hired somebody who was on the autism spectrum? Because from the trailer of the movie, Maddie is like mimicking like movements, and she's just, like acting autistic, quote unquote, when it's like autistic people aren't extinct. There's definitely autistic actors in Hollywood. Why did you not hire an autistic person? And some autistic people were replying to her on Twitter, and she replied to one of them. Sia replied to one of them directly and said, maybe you're just a bad actor. Maybe you're just a bad person, Sia. Like, why would you do this? Because she was saying, Sia was defending herself, and she was upset because she was saying she's worked on this movie for so long and she's collaborated with people and done research. I said, then you wasted your time. I said, you did all that work, but you didn't hire an actual autistic person. I get that Maddie is your muse and everything, but Maddie is not the perfect fit for every role. It's giving very much Abby Lee Miller. Maddie can't be the lead for every single role, because it seems like there's going to be like an actual feature film and then a separate like dancing film for the album, which I'm like, great. Why not just have Maddie's going to dance for the feature film for the album? Why didn't you cast an actual autistic person for the main role? Maddie doesn't have to be the main role for everything. Which Sia has said before that she would make Maddie, like she would always make roles for Maddie and find a way to fit Maddie in.
And so I thought, how's a good way I can keep her safe is just keep making projects for her. And therefore, most of the time we're working together. And
I'm like, okay, but not every role will be perfect for Maddie. Like, it's like when Jill wanted Kendall to be Rosa Parks. It's not gonna work like that. And so the autistic community actually made a hashtag on Twitter, hashtag Sia doesn't speak for us, voicing their like claims and concerns, because like this is crazy. Like, what, like she thought she could get away. You can't do this. How are you going to represent autistic people in your movie and not hire anybody who's autistic? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And it doesn't make sense. And the worst part is Sia's response was terrible, but Maddie's been silent. Like, she's literally on Instagram posting about Fabletics. And I'm like, you see this turmoil that you're in, right? Because then people are saying they want an apology, but then I'm like, I don't know if they're going to scrap the movie or what they're going to do, because it says that it's supposed to be released February 2021. But this was just a bad decision on both of their parts. It was just a bad decision. Like I said, all that research that she did, quote unquote, obviously doesn't work. Like, she cannot. I'm like, bruh. They're like, oh, what made it worse also is that there's an article where it says that to prepare for this role that Maddie would watch videos of autistic kids having breakdowns and stuff like that. I'm like, that's not going to be an accurate portrayal of autistic people. So why would you watch that as your reference? Because she literally said she was watching videos of like parents trying to deal with autistic kids having a breakdown. I'm like, bruh, like, and then because the entire film is going to seem like it's a mockery, because it's going to be somebody who's not autistic pretending like they're autistic. Even in the trailer, why did Leslie Odom Jr. have that African accent? I personally would like to know. I was very confused with that too. So yeah, it was really disappointing, because Sia just decided to go on Twitter and be angry instead of reflecting and thinking about how her role in this movie was ableist, casting Maddie was ableist, and then now she's not even listening to the autistic community. You're trying to appeal to them, but you're not listening to them, and you're not representing them in your movie that you're supposed to do. Like, hello, somebody's not doing the math right. But hopefully in the upcoming days, maybe they'll reflect. I don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully they'll just scrap the movie and it'll never see the light of day, and we can just see the musical part at the end.